Welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series. Welcome back to 2027 and already approaching the third race of this season. So getting into action thick and fast, and we are heading to Suzuka in this one in 11 days time. And that comes off the back of a pretty good result. Australia, the season opener, a little bit worrying, but last time out, a lot better for us. And couldn't, to be honest with you, get much better apart from the dominant Max Verstappen. He is a bit of a problem, it seems, early on in 2027. But Kimi Antonelli finished P2, Franco Colapinto P3. So a double podium in the second race of the season. Really good stuff from our drivers, and we'll be hoping for the same as we head to Suzuka. Before we get to Suzuka, a little bit of design work we want to do, and before I throw into that, if you're not already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you can do me that massive favour, I always ask for it, but if you can do it, smash that like button, super appreciate it, and of course get involved down below in the comments. But yeah, let's look at design work then, because we had a couple of designs just finish. So let us go for a new rear wing. And we'll go quite heavy on the wind tunnel hours for that. Minimum lifespan right down. And a little bit on the medium speed would be pretty good there. Let's go for that one engineer, 44 days. And let's also go for a new chassis, shall we? And we'll use the rest as our ATR, our CFD and wind tunnel hours in this ATR period. Minimum lifespan right down again. And let's get that DRS delta improved. And let's go for that one engineer. 33 days. There we go. Full set of designs underway. They're nothing going to be imminent though. Closest one is 26 days. But after Japan, it is 5 weeks until Bahrain. So it will be 35 days. Yeah, about 35 days from today, isn't it? So yeah, we might be able to get a couple of these on for Bahrain. So we are going to have the same car as we did in China for Suzuka, and then a couple of new designs as we head into Bahrain for round 4. Alex Dunn, so we have a little look of him to try and get him in the car as a reserve driver for next year. Let's see if he's interested in that. It will be affiliate. It'll be next season. You can say 3 seasons. That's about 1.1. Like a breakout just in case someone tries to get him. So let's go with that, see what he comes back and says. Here we go then, ready for Suzuka, round 3 of 2027. Race targets 18th or higher for Franco Colapinto and 18th or higher for Kimi Antonelli. It did change to 17th, I think, last time out, but we're back at 18th as always. Let's head to practice and I'll join you in qualifying. Okay, practice completed and good setups on the car. 97% for Franco Colapinto, 94% for Kimi Antonelli, both high on driver confidence as we head into Q1 in Suzuka. Okay, first flying laps completed. Antonelli a 125.3, Colapinto 2.5 tenths off. Look pretty solid though. Hopefully you won't need to go out again. Okay, under a minute of this session remaining, and Antonelli's still got the quickest time. We're going to be safely through here. Where is Max Verstappen? He's only 9th. Maybe the Red Bull's struggling a little bit round here. That could be good news for us. Okay, into Q2, we've set a flying lap on a used set of tyres. Colapinto got a bit of traffic, so he's bogged down. He's going back out again. Antonelli were not sent back out. The Red Bulls have found their base, though. Verstappen first, Lawson second. Hopefully some green sectors here for Franco Colapinto, which he is finding. Goes green through that first sector. Needs to find a lap, then, to get through into Q2. I believe we are behind the Red Bull of Lawson. We are indeed. Colapinto might get a bit of a tow off Lawson's Red Bull. Norris has finished. The reigning world champion is knocked out in Q2. McLaren struggling early days here in 2027, although they did have good race pace in the end, I think, in China. As we've got some traffic of an Aston Martin getting out of the way. That must be Sainz, because I'm only seeing one Aston Martin there. But Mercedes continue to show their pace in 2027. They're safely through to Q3. Antonelli safely through. Colapinto, though, must improve. Let's see what he does. Colapinto does improve. Maybe did get a tow. We're not sure, but he goes to the top of the timing sheet. Our pace looking very good as Piastri makes it 2 McLarens out in Q2. The reigning constructors really struggling. We've still got Stroll and Mick Schumacher to come across the line. Let's just see what they do. they're about to come across the line. We might as well wait and see if they finish, because if they go quicker, they'll be knocking a Ferrari or two out. Mick Schumacher does improve. Not enough, though. What about Stroll in the Audi? He does. Audi looking strong in 2027. Charles Leclerc joins two McLarens out in Q2. Okay, underway then in Q3. We set a lap, but they were on very much used tyres, 70%. So now we're on our flying lap. We've got a bit of traffic here, though, that must get out of the way. Think it did, but Colapinto might have lost a bit of time there. Let's wait and see for the first sectors. That will tell us the story. Verstappen on provisional pole. Everyone on a flyer apart from Sonoda and Behrman. So plenty of times to be set here. First sector, 30.3, 30.4, half a tenth in it, so not too much time lost there. So still a chance for Franco Colapinto to take it to his teammate Kimi Antonelli. Where is Verstappen? Verstappen will set a time before us here. We'll wait to see if Verstappen get checkered flag. Russell's put it into P2 in the sole Ferrari. Waiting for the second sector time. About to come in then. Kimi Antonelli. It's a 35.8. What about Colapinto? 35.9. So he's probably slipped to about a tenth to a tenth and a half. Around about tenth and a half behind his teammate. So a lot of work to do in the final sector. Verstappen sets 125.1 then is the pace. Here comes Kimi Antonelli. Has he got the pace to dispatch him? No, he hasn't. And I don't think Colapinto's going to go quicker as he sets the time. And he's about 2 tenths behind his teammate in the end. Perez puts it into P4. Who are we waiting for now? Bortoletto next to cross the line. He's finished. Sonoda, no. I think everyone's finished now. Yes, they are. So Max puts it on pole. We got under a tenth. Just close to him. Under a tenth for a second. And Colapinto further back. But P2, P3. Pretty good qualifying for our two boys then as we head to the full race. Here we have the full classification then. Max is looking strong this year in that Red Bull, but we got close. Maybe we can take the fight to him in the race. It's Kimi Antonelli P2, Franco Colapinto P3. And then Perez in the Mercedes, Russell in the Ferrari, Yuki in the Audi, Bortoletto, Lawson, Stroll, and Ollie Behrman rounds out the top 10. Let's have a look at strategy then for getting this one underway. We're going to go for a two-stopper, both drivers using the same compounds, which is 2 sets of softs, 1 set of mediums, but we're going to swap out the first stint. Anthony's going to start on the softs. There's not too much tyre deg between the two, although we will be aggressive on Colapinto's medium, but Anthony starts on the soft. We'll pit lap 19, mediums going aggressive, then softs at the end. Colapinto will go aggressive on the mediums, which actually means he'll stop a lap earlier than Antonelli on the softs. Then he'll go to softs, then softs again. So let's see how it works out then for our two drivers. Antonelli starts P2, Colapinto P3. Let's get this one underway. Here we go then. We've got 4 lights, we've got 5. And then held for a little while here as Max Verstappen gets us underway then. Antonelli starts P2 for us, P3 for Colapinto. We are on a split strategy. They are both on a 2-solid, both going to use 1 set of mediums, 2 sets of softs, but Colapinto's going to start on mediums, then go soft, soft. Antonelli's going soft, medium, soft. So we're splitting the strategy a little bit. Great back from vacation, good stuff on holiday. Good stuff, good to hear. Right, so Max Verstappen gets away in first then, started on pole. Antonelli comfortably in P2 as he's challenging Max, and Colapinto stays in P3. OP Joe will be back later, no worries buddy. Hope to catch you later. Right, so opening lap then, we stay as we qualified, so that's the first part done. Stay in P2, P3, now that's where we can take the fight to Max Verstappen here. He has started on the mediums as well. As I say, Antonelli's on the softs, not too much between the two compounds, I will say.
Try to slow down a bit.
What about Colapinto? What's he got behind him? He's got a soft runner of Perez. We'll see how we go. The good thing is, unlike the Red Bull, which is the case, has been the case in real life, Max Verstappen has not got his teammate to help him out here. We can play 2 against 1 here. And Antonelli is looking very close at that Red Bull rear wing. No DRS, of course, on this opening lap, but we will use some ERS. As we've got a yellow flag early on. DRS enabled. It's not quite yet, though, as we're going to have a look into turn 1. A little bit too far back. And it was Mick Schumacher who spun on this opening lap then. Right at the end of the first lap. the RB driver in the RB for the second year. Colapinto has lost out to Sergio Perez. And Perez has joined this party, so Perez having a bit of a push here.
Now this is Sergio Perez. They decide to give it a go.
And there we go, Perez then got the DRS. As we see, Kimi Antonelli challenging Max Verstappen up front. Yeah, as I say, Max on the medium, so really I'd like Antonelli to get past him, but it doesn't look quite like he's got the pace to do it. We're going to the inside a lot earlier this time though. This looks good for Kimi Antonelli to take the lead. We've got a yellow flag. Carlos Sainz in the Aston. Looks like he's had a moment as we take the lead of this race. As we jump on with Sainz, we'll get a replay.
Now here's our drivers all trying to take turns.
Is this with his teammate?
Within a split second,
it
the
is.
impact's made.
That's quite a heavy impact into the barriers. It's surprising that he's not severely damaged the gearbox, chassis or underfloor there. He probably has got some damage. Ocon's got some damage done, but that was certainly with his teammate Grzelu. Grzelu in the Aston with Sainz this year, but Sainz got significant damage. Whilst that was happening, we were taking the lead on Max Verstappen, so Antonelli now leads this race. Let's say it's going to be very hard to try and pull away here. But here comes Max Verstappen. The gap is 3 tenths, but he's got that DRS open, and he's got a great chance to regain the lead. What about Perez? He's having a look as well, and we could be seeing Antonelli lose 2 places because Sergio Perez sneaks in using the slipstream of his ex-teammate Max Verstappen at Red Bull. And Antonelli unfortunately loses 2 places there, goes from 1st to 3rd, but he's very much in this race. I think Perez will drop off. Well, I would say that. It's only 4% the tyres, but it does seem to me that Perez is pushing very hard. Colapinto's dropped a couple of seconds back. Tsunoda back on his rear wing. I think the good thing for Antonelli is he should get an undercut on Verstappen. Perez is probably going to get an undercut on both of them. Verstappen leads. He's just extended that gap though, starting to push a little bit perhaps, because Perez is significantly dropping off there. So Antonelli really needs to get past him. And we're having a look here. 3-1-30R, surely not. No, we're dropping off because we've dropped that little slipstream. And Tsunoda's got back past Colapinto. But that position changes again. Here's Yuki Tsunoda. All over Franco again. And on the inside, nice move from Yuki in the Audi. Right, Antonelli, let's give him a bit of battery out of here.
Overtake available. Copy.
And here we go. Max sets the fastest lap of the race. We're using battery. DRS wide open as well. We need to get back past Sergio Perez. Reclaim P2. And then start closing that gap to Max. That's extended to 2.5. And there we go. We are into P2 then.
So you are doing well there.
Yeah, we haven't really got the tyre life to jump in that much earlier. So let's have to wait and see. Right, can we get the job done on Yuki Tsunoda again here? DRS alongside. I'm going to go for a bit of top up here because we don't seem to have the pace to pull away. But we are going to get the move back done on Yuki Tsunoda. And it looks like Liam Lawson having a look on Yuki as well. And he's got that done, Lawson. Wheezes through and he's got good tyre life, Lawson, on those softs. Antonelli is into P1. We completely missed that. I think I just missed the replay as well there. Antonelli has taken the lead then on Max Verstappen. Busy watching Colapinto. Antonelli on the DRS then has moved into the lead. Perez just dropping out of this fight. He was 2 seconds off this fight. It's now 1.2. But here comes Max Verstappen. He should have a great chance to reclaim this lead on us here. And he does, but we're trying to stay in there again round the outside. Kimi's been brave round there, but can't quite make it happen there. Loses a bit of time as well. So Max Verstappen back into the lead. Colapinto back into P4 by the looks of it. And Russell and those behind becoming a little bit detached as well.
Box.
Here we go then, Franco Colapinto, first stop of the day. Pit crew has been pretty good so far this year. I probably just absolutely cursed them. Second in the pit lane as well, behind McLaren. Oh, and I have cursed him with a slow front right. 5.3, that's 3 seconds too slow. I have cursed us. And I reckon Yuki Tsunoda will definitely get past us now.
Down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
There is Tsunoda. It's going to be tight, but he's going to get it done. Colapinto. Unlucky. We did see a lot of drivers come in there. Franco Colapinto, slow stop. And that could cost him. He's lost ground there on Yuki Tsunoda. Let's just get those tyres up to temp. We've got a big collision here, and we've got a safety car, and Antonelli is already into the pits, but it's going to cost Colapinto even more here.
Yes, we have. We've had a crash.
2 seconds stop.
What happened there?
Safety car is out. Lawson and Bortoletto have come together. Oh, Bortoletto, massive lockup. And wow, Lawson's gone through the wall there. Massive lockup then. Surely they're both out of the race. Yeah, Lawson and Bortoletto out. We get a safety car and everyone jumps into the pits, and that's really going to cost Colapinto here. Colapinto is going to lose out massively then. So here we go. They're all coming out of the pits here. Yeah, Colapinto nowhere near. Colapinto is going to lose out big time here. Look at that. The Lando Norris has cleared him.
You have
oh, dear. And again, we could blame that 3-second pit stop because we would.
Russell behind.
We would have probably been at least around Leclerc and Piastri. But we have just lost out there to Russell, Behrman, Piastri, Leclerc, Stroll, Norris, and obviously Tsunoda got the undercut. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've lost 7 positions. Franco Colapinto with the timing of that safety car. Don't know if Antonelli's going to benefit from it. He did get into the pits because it was his stop anyway. But Max has not reached the safety car yet, so I think Max will get away with it.
You can slow down a bit more.
And Max into the pits. And yeah, Max does get away with it, but we'll be right behind Max. This could be an opportunity for us then off this restart. When is Max going to bolt? Probably wants to leave a little bit late because the straight. And now he goes off the exit. Well, we've got a good release off that exit. Antonelli into the slipstream. Can he send it into T1? I don't think he is going to. No, he was close though. He was very close.
Target. Copy.
So Verstappen onto the hards. Antonelli, Perez, Russell, all on the mediums. Colapinto out of the points. That's how much of a negative effect the safety car's had on Franco. Antonelli is going to try and hound Max Verstappen. Max on the hards. We're on the mediums. Go neutral through here because we should naturally pick up a pretty good tow as we've got another yellow flag. Still a yellow flag. It's Say Maloney, our ex-driver, has had a spin at the back here in his Haas. Oh, Zane. And there we go, we get a replay of that. So Franco back into the points.
Right, we're taking the second corner. It's certainly
and for some reason, Tsunoda's just pulled himself out off the racing line, out of the slipstream, and that opens up for Franco. Thank you very much. Colapinto back into P10 then, into the points. Antonelli trying to push Max Verstappen here. Due to stop now, lap 35 with Antonelli, 36 with Colapinto. There we go. Back into the slipstream then, using a bit of battery. We will get DRS now. First time we'll get DRS since the restart. I'm going to use some battery coming off this final chicane as well. This is the moment then to take the lead, to reclaim the lead of Max Verstappen. We're going nice and early to the inside. Now we're going to move to the outside. Max can't make another move now. And we've got the DRS open. It's opened up nicely. And Antonelli is back into the lead here in Japan. And now we're going to try and push away if we can. I don't know if we will be able to. But is Max Verstappen about to reclaim the lead of this race. Lap 28, about to start lap 29. Max Verstappen half a second behind, closing all the time. DRS wide open. Is Antonelli going to try to defend it? Doesn't look like he is. And Max Verstappen. Although Antonelli, again, he's tried that move a lot around the outside. He likes that, and he's out wide. And he can't quite fend off the Dutchman. And Antonelli steps back into P2 then. Lost a bit of time. He's been good at this today, Kimi. It looks like it's all done. He just allows Max to take the inside, but he gets such a good slingshot around the outside, Kimi. Been doing this all day. He just ran out of racetrack in the end here. And there we go.
Not too bad, huh?
And it's earlier than we intended, but we're looking for an undercut, and we're hoping to come out
Are you ready?
in the gap between the two Haas drivers here. Here we go, jumping into the pit then. He needs a good stop though. The first stop was very slow. 5.3 the first stop. We need a good one here.
You're doing a good job.
2.2, we take that. Antonelli into the lead.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now we're watching the action closely here. The opportunity's
There we go, on the inside of Max again. So right, where's Colapinto going to come out? We're looking for that gap, aren't we? Actually, he might be
okay at the moment.
ahead of Ocon here, which should be... No, we're not. We are behind Ocon. That's the gap. Yeah, the gap between the two Haas. That's what we were thinking, and that's what we've got. So good. Right, let's just put a bit of heat in these tyres early on. We can't use too much. As Kimi Antonelli comes into the pits then, surrenders the lead to Max Verstappen. Again, we need a nice, clean stop here. 2.2 or under would be very nice. Just under 2.3. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Going out, you will find Tsunoda.
Tsunoda's pitted, so we should be all right to Tsunoda on exit. What about Mick Schumacher? I think we'll be okay there. We've found a nice gap actually there, haven't we? Found a lovely gap in actual fact there. Wasn't intentional, but we will take that and we will attack just to get these up to temp a little bit.
Stroll in front. Stroll 3.5.
There's Behrman, who was in 5th. And we've not got a massive jump on him though, have we? So, yeah, Colapinto out in front of Behrman, but not by a significant margin. Right, Piastri and Norris both in for McLaren, and that's not worked out too well. Norris is delayed behind his teammate. Is Colapinto going to get the jump on these McLarens? Piastri now at the end of the pit lane. It's going to be tighter, but no, he is going to get it done. What about Behrman? Can Behrman squeeze past Piastri as well? Not quite. Piastri taking a very inside line there. So Colapinto's getting another undercut done. But Piastri on the soft, so is Lando, and they've got 17%, so they can really attack. So as I say, Colapinto is going to have to fend off a lot of drivers in the closing stages here today. Antonelli absolutely forgot about his tyres, so they'll be roasting a bit.
Down a bit now.
He's on the back of Stroll here. Needs to dispatch Stroll pretty quickly, as this is losing us time. Not ideal. We might need to see another move through 130R or before we even get to 130R. I think it'll be before it because traction is so good. And we are through. Is Leclerc going to come in? Russell comes in the other Ferrari actually. And Antonelli closing up to Leclerc. Not going to be close enough, so again we're going to lose a bit of time here. Colapinto should be past Russell though. But Oscar Piastri has arrived on him. And Oscar Piastri setting the fastest lap of the race. He's attacking on those tyres though, because it was 17% the difference. It's now 13%. The Colapinto's just got to try and frustrate him. What's frustrating here for Antonelli is this Ferrari. He's going to be going very slow. We need to get through. That's optimistic, but we've done it. We've pushed Leclerc wide. We get our elbows out there. And we needed to do that. We don't want to be losing time there.
Increase lift off.
Let's have another look at that then. Antonelli needed to get past Leclerc. Leclerc at the end of his stint.
It's there for the taking.
So not usually an overtaking spot, but we forced our way through. Push Leclerc wide. 15 laps to go then. Colapinto is going to have to fend off those behind him and have a mega defensive job here. But he's being helped by people like Leclerc running long here. Verstappen into the pits, so we'll have to see the gap between Antonelli and Verstappen shortly. Piastri, the gap is now 12% in terms of tyre margin, so he's using a lot more tyre. So we've got to hope that he continues to burn those tyres up. Verstappen into the pits, clean stop for Red Bull. Antonelli out of the final corner now. Verstappen now at the end of the pit lane. Not going to be a massive gap. And we've used 17% of our own tyre life of Antonelli. So, Verstappen on fresh sauce. That is going to be a tough ask to keep him behind. But it's been a much closer battle at least today. We'll see what we can do. But it's looking pretty ominous to me. Max Verstappen just 2.4 seconds and a near on 20% tyre margin. Piastri has got past Franco Colapinto then. Colapinto not content, and he's pushing Piastri out wide this time, getting his elbows out. But again, he will give the DRS back to Piastri. Stroll has not stopped. This is helping Colapinto in the long run, I think. But I would have liked to stayed actually behind Piastri there and kept a bit of DRS on this start-finish straight, because we're now going to have all three of these really pushing us. As Ollie Behrman with a lovely move there on Oscar Piastri. Piastri going to fight him back. That might just help us, although Behrman's still going to be pretty close. So it might be Behrman making the move on Franco Colapinto and not Oscar Piastri. Let's see if Franco can go defensive. He has. And Franco will keep them just behind, although Behrman's still there. There we go. Defensive job being done. Our delta is now 10%. It was 17% margin when they stopped, so it is coming towards us. There we are. We're right on Stroll now. We're going to get past Stroll, are we? Sim Franco do it once through 130R. Is he going to do it again? No, he has to pull out of it, and Ollie Behrman was close by. Although this isn't a bad thing, because we'll now get DRS. Surely Stroll coming into the pits. No, Stroll doesn't come into the pits, but again, it will give us DRS, so that'll help us for yet another lap. Joan, thanks for the follow. It's live, as in it's is live, but it's not Formula 1, it's F1 Manager 24. So Colapinto remains in P4. What's the tyre difference now? 9%. Fortunately, we couldn't quite get to Perez there, because we would have had DRS ourselves to defend with. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race. And in doing so, he's got DRS, and he's alongside Antonelli as he into P2, which will be net lead of the race once Perez stops. Colapinto, work to do again with Ollie Behrman behind him. Again, we cover Behrman off. What is the tyre difference now? 65, 8%, 7%. So their tyres are definitely being used a lot more than us. Right, Verstappen's passed Perez and we can't quite do it.
You can reduce the
and that is going to cause us issues. We've got to try and send this. Ooh, dear. That was risky, but it pays off Antonelli into P2 again. But Max has pulled a 3-second gap because of that. And that means probably
You are doing a good job there.
the race has run there for
Is
Kimi
Verstappen.
Antonelli. All about what Franco Colapinto can do here. He's putting in a bit of a defensive masterclass on Ollie Bearman, but Bearman does look closer. And Bearman having a great drive in the Williams here today, and this time it looks like he is going to get the job done, or is he? Because Franco Colapinto using a bit of a slingshot round the outside. Says, no, you're still not going to get past me. As Charles Leclerc, we just missed that, has had a lock-up down there. He was P13 down to P14. And he's having a... He went too long on that second stint. Typical Ferrari stuff. Bearman, again, DRS then. He's getting alongside again. He did this last lap. But Colapinto went round the outside and kept in it. But doesn't look like Franco can do it this time. And this time Ollie Bearman in the Williams is into P4. Colapinto's got back past Bearman somewhere there.
Here's the replay. Right, let's pick this up as we go into turn 14.
Oh, lovely from Franco.
Opportunity begging to be taken.
Not content then, sitting behind Ollie Bearman. And we're back into P4. But as I say, this is going to be P3. Because Perez has got to stop. He's not getting to the end. And he didn't pit Perez. I don't know what he's doing there. Right, here we go again. Ollie Bearman has got a chance. Russell pulling out nice and early. Lando lurking. Bearman going to try his hand on the outside this time. Franco can give him a bit of a squeeze though, but he doesn't even need to. And he keeps P4. Good work from Colapinto on the defence again. I'm loving this defence from Franco. Tyre delta 6% now to Bearman, 3% to Russell, 7% to Norris. That was around 17% when these guys stopped. So definitely coming back to Franco Colapinto here. Just going to use a bit of battery out of here, get this done. There we go. Oh, Checo did get the puncture off that corner. He didn't hold Bearman up. Might have held Russell up a bit, although Bearman's just lost the DRS, it looks like. We'll take that for a lap. He's lost, yeah, 1.7 seconds, so we'll take a bit of respite for a lap here, will Franco. But yeah, Perez has got a puncture. He's tumbling down the order. I don't know what that strategy is all about. But yeah, we just used a lot of battery off that corner, and it's absolutely dropped Bearman. And he's going to be under pressure from George Russell here. Can Bearman defend from him? He's alongside him still. He's trying to fight this Ollie Bearman. And this is good for us while these two fight, because they're going to lose time. But Russell is going to squeeze through. Come on, keep George out of the DRS out of here. This is key. We keep him out of the DRS. George Russell starting to push. Colapinto then. Now it's 2 laps to go for him. George is really pushing though. Gotta hope he's just saved a bit of battery and he's now about to use it all. Just extending the gap through there. 2 laps to go. Going back up to 1.4 on George there. Just mindful of these tyres. Gotta make this last. Don't want him in the DRS on the start-finish straight, because that will really be his only opportunity, I believe. And that's good. That's good pace through there. He's dropping 2.1. I think his little burst of pace is gone. Max Verstappen has started the final lap of the race. Antonelli will soon be on his final lap, as will Colapinto. It's 2.2 seconds to Russell.
One more lap.
And this has been a mega final stint from Franco Colapinto. It's looking good. It's looking good now. Colapinto is down to 32% tyre life, but Russell down to 34%. He's dropped 2.6 seconds back. He's not going to reach him. Colapinto is going to claim P3, but Max Verstappen has been dominating this 2027 season so far, and it's not been by 20 plus seconds today, but it is still by nearly 10 seconds as Max Verstappen is going to make it 3 from 3 in 2027 as he wins in Suzuka. Kimi Antonelli started in P2. Perez had a bit of a fight in the first stint, but he looked good for P2 all day long, and it is P2 for Kimi Antonelli. Oh, what about this man, Franco Colapinto? Lost out, unluckily already pitted before the safety car, dropped down to P11, then went for an early aggressive undercut for his second stop, and then has done a defensive job in the final stint, and he finishes P3. Franco Colapinto, he finished where he starts as well, but a mega comeback as Antonelli finishes P2, and Franco Colapinto P3. Full classification there, Max wins it, Kimi Antonelli second, Franco Colapinto third, so the top three finished where they qualified, but that wasn't really the story of Franco's race. As we said, dropped to P11 with that safety car, went for an aggressive undercut and really defended well to come home P3, helped by a couple of cars extending that middle stint. But still a good job from Franco. George Russell finishes fourth in the Ferrari. As we said about these McLarens, they haven't got great qualifying pace, but really good race pace. Lando up 9 places to finish 5th. Ollie Behrman 6th, good finish for him in the Williams. Oscar Piastri in the other McLaren up 5 to 7th. Yuki Tsunoda holds on to 8th in the Audi. Charles Leclerc 9th. And Teo Pourchaire in 10th for Alpine. Drivers' Championship. As I say, Max makes it 3 from 3, and he's got 77 points because you also get a point for pole in 2027. He's had 2 poles, his teammate Lawson had the other, so absolutely dominance. He's only missed out on 1 point by having maximum because he didn't get pole in Australia. If not, he'd have the maximum points, 78 points, but he's got 77 out of a possible 78 after the first 3, so we've got work to do to try and take the fight to him. But we got a little bit closer today with Kimi, but not close enough. We didn't have a great start in Australia, so that's why we're not right on his tail, but Kimi does now move up to 2nd, jumping Lando Norris, who's down to 3rd. Franco Colapinto jumps up 2 places to 4th. Bortoletto drops to 5th. Russell up 4 places to 6th. Piastri up 1 to 7th. Perez drops 3 to 8th. Really bad strategy from Mercedes today. And then we've got the 2 Audis, Yuki Tsunoda in 9th. Lance Stroll dropping 3 places to 10th. And then we've already had quite a few point scorers this year. Ollie Behrman in 11th, Mick Schumacher 12th, Lawson 13th, Gasly 14th, Leclerc 15th in the Ferrari. That's his first 2 points of the year, actually, for Charles. Jeez, that's going bad for him. Pourchaire 16th, so 16 out of 22 scored already. But yeah, I didn't realise Charles had not scored points. So he's got 2 points to Russell's 18. It's not too much of a difference, is it, to be fair, but constructors because of that. But we should be getting closer. And there, you see it. Max Verstappen takes 26 points this weekend. And say, point for a pole and the win. He takes 26, but we get another 33, so we close by 7. So it's just 6 points now, the gap. So if we have this same weekend in the next one, we will be leading the constructors. So both drivers working well to try and win the constructors. But as I say, we've got it cut out to try and win a Drivers' Championship. McLaren, as I say, they've got a funny old car. They're struggling in qualifying, but good race pace, and they remain in 3rd, up to 53 points. Mercedes don't score anything today. They're now under pressure from Audi behind them, and Ferrari having their best weekend. As we saw, Charles had not scored yet. So 2 points for him, and Russell scored 12, I think. Yeah, so they took 14 points. They only had 6 points before that. Williams jump up 3 places, their first points of the season, all 8 of them coming from Ollie Behrman. RB down 1. Aston Martin down 1 to 9th, and Alpine score their first points. So already after 3 races, we've had 10 teams out of 11 score. Haas didn't score all last season, but I think we had 3 teams, 3 or 4, didn't score until about round 13, 14. So nicely, not more competitive this year, that's for sure. What about pit stops? I don't think we had our best day today in pit stops. Oh, I was saying that. Well, we got 1st and P4, so not too bad. So we should still be leading that, and we are by 117 points. So this championship is looking pretty good for us. And that is going to bring this one to a close. So as I say, great drive in the end from Franco. Unlucky to drop down so many places because that safety car, but he really put the work in. Defensive drive, managed the tyres whilst others burnt his tyres up. And yeah, really good work to come back to P3. Kimi was solid all the way through though. He's nailed on for P2. At times we thought we might be able to challenge Max for the win, but Max just too good at the moment. So we'll have to see how we go in the next one as we head to Bahrain. And the good thing is we will have a couple more upgrades going into Bahrain. So hopefully it might give them the car to challenge Max for some victories, but we'll have to see how we go. But hopefully we'll certainly be closer to him if we can't we can't challenge him for the victory, but I'm hopeful. We're getting closer every race, so hopefully in Bahrain it might be the first win of the season. So make sure to stay tuned, and we'll be back very soon for the next episode in this F1 Manager Maserati series.